Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some big Super Smash Bros. Ultimate news. We got some breaking sales when it comes to the Nintendo Switch itself in Japan. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we're starting off with the Media Create Sales Week number 49. This is December 3rd through the 9th and it includes the first 3-day sales of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. And of course, you can expect the game was number 1. We got some early indications from Famitsu that this game sold around 1.2 to 1.3 million. So we're kind of waiting on what the Media Create tracker has said, and yes, sold right around that. Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate number 1 on the charts when it comes to software and hardware as well, according to Media Create. Once again, this is Japanese sales. Retail does not include digital sales at all, so the game actually did a lot better than what we're going to say here, but this is retail sales. It sold 1,220,535 units. That is the largest opening ever for a Nintendo Switch game in Japan. It's also the largest opening for a Super Smash Bros. Game ever in Japan. It's also the biggest opening outside of Pokemon as well. So Nintendo had a huge opening week for Super Smash Bros. Sales, and once again doesn't include digital in there. I think one of the more interesting things about Super Smash Bros. And what we'll get into with the hardware sales as well is that what it did for other games, because I've talked about this before. Whenever a big game releases like a Super Mario Odyssey or a Smash Bros. Or a Pokemon, you start seeing jumps in other software and start seeing what else the Switch kind of had before in the past come back into the charts or get their sales boosted. So if you look at the top 20, the Nintendo Switch had 13 titles in the top 20, and even like the top 13 is just littered with Switch titles. If you go down the list here, once again, Super Smash Bros. Number 1. Number 2 was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That sold another 93,787 units, and that game is over 1 million units in Japan already. So that's very impressive. And once again, this is retail sales, so it was already over with digital, but you're just seeing the boost that you're seeing because you're not seeing too much of a drop off. Usually you'll see games kind of just drop off after each week. There was only a 1% dip from what Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee did the previous week. On top of that, Super Mario Party got a nice little bump, a 40% bump from the previous week. That's going towards 500,000 units. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe got a nice bump, 62% on there to 20,995 units. That's over 1.8 million. If you look at the next game here, Splatoon 2, that made a comeback as well, 57% jump from what it did the previous week, over 19,083 units. Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch did very well. Just Cause 4 on the PlayStation 4 opened up, and that actually I think probably helped boost up PS4 hardware sales just a bit. That system sold 74,000 units plus, so that's definitely good. But then if you look at the rest of the charts here, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Kirby Star Allies, Taiko Drum Master, also Mario Tennis, and Nintendo Labo making an appearance back into the charts as well with the drive kits too. So I think that it's one of those things with Super Smash Bros. That it's really going to lift up the rest of the software and boost sales significantly. We talked about this because we had some discussions on the podcast that I'm on the Weekend Spawncast. Make sure you guys check it out. And we had some of the people saying that, you know what, they don't think that Super Smash Bros. Is going to boost things that much. But then you go into the hardware sales and look at this, guys. From the last week, the Switch sold 120,000 units plus, and then you look at this week, it sold 281,222 units when it comes to Nintendo Switch in Japan alone because of Smash Brothers. More than double the increase. And if you look at it from the previous year, at this same point, the Switch sold 164,908 units. So it actually boosted it up from the previous year, and that was Super Mario Odyssey in addition to Xenoblade. And that's what I was talking about, that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee in addition to Smash Bros. Is actually stronger than Super Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade 2 in Japan. So you're going to see boosted sales from what we saw in the previous year. Now on top of that, lifetime to date sales for the Nintendo Switch have actually broke 6 million units, and to be exact, it's at 6,112,100 units, and it's about 1 million units away from reaching the lifetime sales in Japan of the PlayStation 4. I think, considering how Smash Brothers is going and New Super Mario Bros. Next year, I think it'll probably catch it around the end of this year because there was 200 something thousand, almost 300,000 units sold this week. So I'll probably catch it by the end of this year or early next year. It's looking like Nintendo's going to sell quite a bit of systems in December here with Super Smash Bros. As they ramp up towards the holiday season. So very good for Nintendo. Obviously, the sales were really good across the board. Famitsu tracked the sales at 1,238,358 units, and that's because they include download cards at retail. I'm not 100% sure if the Media Create also counts those at well. They tracked Switch hardware at 278,313 units, so right around the 281,000 that the Media Create tracked it at well. So 2.6 times or more higher than what the Switch had in the previous week. Smash through another milestone with 6.1 million units sold in Japan lifetime to date in less than 2 years. On top of that, the biggest openings for a Switch game in Japan. You also have the biggest opening for a Smash Brothers game ever too. So obviously that's really good for Nintendo, and they're probably pretty happy with the performance, but they're going to continue on here because remember guys, that was only the first few days of sales. Still hasn't even been on the market for a full week, so it's going to be interesting to see how it kind of plays out for the rest of the weeks leading into Christmas. So what do you guys think about the sales here with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Are you guys enjoying the game? I've been playing it quite a bit, and we do have some more news which we'll get to right now, but what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Update 1.2.0. That version is coming within the next week. So Nintendo will release a brand new update for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The company has announced that the specifics of the patch have not yet been detailed, but version 1.2.0 was just confirmed via the in-game messaging that they do have on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The notice system, it just says, hey, there's going to be 1.2.0. Get ready for it. Within the next week, you are going to get that. Now, Nintendo also did caution that if there's any replays that you do have, make sure you convert those to videos or it will be deleted. Now, if you remember with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, you couldn't really do anything. You can convert it and put it on YouTube, but it would still erase it after the update would come out. This time, you can convert it and it won't be erased, but you have to convert it to a video first if you don't want your replays to be erased with the new update. So that's pretty cool. Now, once the patch notes are released, we'll make sure to have an update for you guys in terms of what they did. We could probably see some matchmaking optimization. I think that's the biggest thing right now, is just making sure that the matchmaking is optimized and ready to go. You're getting some people having reports of being put in 4-player matches when they want to play one-on-one, that the actual settings that they're using aren't really helping out. Now, I've kind of had a little bit of a matchmaking settings that have helped a lot of people out there, and that is put 1v1, no items, battlefield layout in terms of the stage, and then also make sure you put around 5 minutes or 6 minutes and 3 stocks, and that usually gets me 1v1 matches, no problem. I think out of all the matches I've played, and I've had about maybe 6 or 7 characters in Elite Smash, so I've been playing quite a bit. Out of all of that, I've probably been put in a 4-player match maybe 2 times or so. One of them was a dubs, and it was actually kind of fun who I was teaming with, and then the other one was just a 4-player match. I think when I first booted up the game, one of the first ones on there. So try to use those settings, guys. I'm thinking that this new patch is definitely going to cover that with the matchmaking. If you remember with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, there was an issue with For Glory where it would just match you up with a lot of Japanese players, or just match you up with regions that you weren't even in, which would create a lot of laggy connections, not because the person necessarily had a bad internet at all, but just because of the distance between the two different people there. You know, that's the biggest problem when you have games online, especially at 60 frames per second, where you need precise inputs and everything like Smash Brothers. It's not going to be great for it. They can't really hide lag like other games, so they have to make sure that you have the regional settings. So that was the problem with Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, was that there was too many times you're playing somebody from a completely different region on the other side of the world, which would create some issues, which might be happening a little bit with this one, but for me, it's been pretty good. I'm pretty sure I'm playing a lot of people that are around me based on the connections that I'm getting. Some lag here and there, but that's pretty much online games. When it comes to fighting, you're going to run into people that have bad connections because they want to play online and they have bad connections, so it just happens. But I think that Nintendo is going to have a patch here to help fix that up, to where there's not going to be an issue, and maybe you might have to wait a little bit longer for a match, but it'll get you into your 1v1 that you do want to do. There might be some fixes to some other things that I'm kind of just speculating here when it comes to like the global smash power and how that works and everything. Maybe even adding a strength indicator when it comes to the online. I know Mario Tennis has one. Sometimes it lied to you or would obviously like kind of wave back and forth, like you have a strong connection at the beginning, but then while you're playing, the mom or the girlfriend or somebody boots up Netflix and it messes up your connection, or it makes it waver. That's what I noticed with Mario Tennis on the Switch. But hey, it is what it is. Once again, guys, you're gonna run into matches that are really good, then you're gonna run into matches that aren't so good based on the other person's connection. If you've got a good connection, and if you've got a garbage connection and you're going online and playing, well, there you go, it's your problem there. So what do you guys think about this version 1.2.0 patch that's going up? What do you think they're going to add into this one here? I'm hoping for no nerfs across the character board yet. I don't think there's really enough data to see where you need to nerf. I'm hoping just for maybe any buffs if they want to put some buffs to some characters, but I think it's a little too early for that. I think there needs to be more data collected once they kind of look through and see what's happening. There's obviously some weird shenanigans going on with some of the characters, but I think that we just need a little bit more time to kind of figure things out completely before you start messing with the formula already. The game is brand new. So what do you guys think about all this Super Smash Bros. News? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps to spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet and just to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace!